Now, many say about a crow ABESIM. There is one famous story about him, and it has to do with Abrantia Richard Apia. In Colombia, New Year, in Tiapo searching them near who so can nipanam at the Asher Frigimu. Assembly Shasia on the 20th of August 2021, officially in the books of Ghana Police Service. And a baby, our Accra High Court. Your sentence, no. Mami walk you through the entire story. I have gossip 24. Wadarma, Mami come for go.house and fama. Umia subscriber to now click the bell notification icon. So now process order no and so our go.4. Go.4 our showroom our West Hills Mall. Somebody so call West Hills Mall to see oh. Adiasa, Bemum, O form numbers and that's could you see now for an answer was happy go.4 or me process order and deliver the amount. So we have rice cooker, blender, microwave, fridge, oven, washing machine, dryer, contact go dot. Now we reach. They say contact your move. Numbers and that's what does it? Ome process will be a makama. Yeah, back to the story. And see, in the books of Ghana Police Service, there, Assembly officially a rare honor on the 20th of August 2021. Friday. However, in common before that particular Friday, no, say, Papa a friend Richard Apia at the time now 28 years old. Now the nickname man for the name no ABESIM Alaska area honomo a fireman and I just be the name Papa a friend Richard Apia. Na no mu hono around 18th to 20th mu hono. And I call say akwala bi a friend Louis Ajiman a we di ifie dum yenu. A oyo ono Richard Apia step brother Ayira. Enti Louis Ajiman a papa I just saw in the person of Mr. Thomas AJ. I can say, oh, you ba Louis. Na ba no man Louis. Oh, Louis. Na Louis are fine. Louis we hefa. Inti obisa bisa ya no. And then die. Louis adafo bi a friend twenibo aka say oh, say Louis and Bra Richard enam. Omo bisa na say no crack. Bra Richard have fa Louis at Nefri store. At the Louis coffee. I say Louis mbese no mun coffee. Or the Louis coffee and Louis answer am back. No more beside Bra Richard and Bra Richard you. Louis you ever be done the quiet dada. And in the person basic cry Louis a child kwaimu a man a coy. We be done Louis kwanda. And as a Louis idea. Omo police, omo police for money. And my Bra Richard can squad no. And Mamuko police, Echo police for money. And that same time, now Klaba Koso, never panel my make Echo police for Echo reports on Baira. And there's South Carolina Sudi and it's Stephen Sapon. Stephen Sapon, they're already 50 years old. In Tawabaya and Columbia, and no more. But because say Omoko police for police for man ye ain't na a police for be said someone who did some no. Omo can say the last person Omo nim a obi a can say who Louis Ajiman I want in chain Richard Apia no. Omo share search na say Richard Apia feel because no radio station akwa announce say Omo bobo de ra Omo who Louis into also Omo share search na say every Richard Apia feel Omo call Richard Apia feel ekọ ball search no. Na chese kwako piemu se Richard Apia demu ho ana chese woku Louis Ajiman ade nato no ku Louis Ajiman de to no nya twitwa Louis Ajiman no na mom nipa ba ko ho no a Richard Apia atwitwa no a chese sa nipa no omo keka nipa dwa yi na asie ni no na ni tadua ayira omo bi e fridge mu no na de se nipa ne nam ne bi so hye ho ehye so fridge a outside nipa nam bi hye ho I don't say one body a shower check a crack. It's any Omokika dear, and that form work a crown so this is any bium. Now, Omofre, Stephen, Sapo Papa, so Omra, Emerson and the Bania, or by nights at the banner, and then that honor. But Louis, my dear, no moon to try. And our police for the Abanka Bay, Eddie Goo, Richard Apia, and Sa, Eddie Richard Apia, a quattro mukum. A process no for court. Now Richard Apia, everyone more than about court. No. Now they said the lawyers argue say Richard no. Now the moon said that yesterday papa. What they say now they no. And said that Jinaso now they touchy. Into almost say somebody Richard could just Libya and ye. But still almost share Richard as some say Eddie free a district court. I say a Kaneshi district court no ho and a magistrate or tea dream a share assembly nase. Bemra asem no share say or Kaneshi district court no. Now there's a homicide unit of Ghana Police Service for so ashase there's some also your muhwemu apɛ more evidence and they are prosecuting Richard Apia based on the omukɔ hu ye woni dem ho. Now omo more evidence no, now omo extend your search no, and omukɔ eko hu ye say Richard was sekan demu a odidi egu. Also Richard enkwala no enter adeɛ boxer shorts supporter ne adeɛ ho no I say eja aka no eya hye enyanhye ebisa. And no back to Richard baby says Richard na enipa na we omututu omudi omuto on e kan nipadua ne disi eni no sebe ni tadua no eni ho eno na we hefa yaso hu say sebe I say yemuade what I say ni intestines no eni ho eno nso no enwe hefa na fire ena Richard ba kyeremu say tadua ne de na ohohoro enioma ho kakra into ohohoro enioma ho no ena Patrick koto tokro bi mo na de say no de akwakoto sebe godam amaneko nemom intestines de na pro airborne enti kokoefuo bi wo ne fie na chi ho ena intestines ne hye ema police for homicide unit na ho bebi o che no ekotu ye hu se ampa ensoro no ehye ho no mo ena mo de ka mo evidence no nyina ho ena mo kokoye autopsy report mo prepare say Richard omode no best start trial no it is somebody na homicide unit no agada mo fact no evidence in area at so my ready so start so try Richard na mom charge omode abo Richard no e was so mo to be prove say Richard fit so betumi a stand trial for say omo charge no with 2 counts of ewudie our Kaneshi district court honum. So to prove that no judge or tin adwem your magistrate ama adoma kokwache e kan say wo de omoma doctor for ehwehwe Richard adwum because omo say Richard wo police custody no I saw ye heja Richard is sebi otumi dwunso na wanom na de sebi me kamenim de oye enwumei otumi ekoya ane anase sebie na wasesa na odi na ode sra ne ho na oye na ba bia ensem fata into de omoma doctor for ehwehwe na adwemu say Richard ye fit so betumi go through the trial process mu go hwe na adwem and a doctor for ekọ hwe na adwem. It was on the 3rd of July 2023 and a doctor for omo baaye ebe piemu e wo court no ebe ka say ampa Richard no na wo hwe ni suban a I say on pese obeye te say de also bisa na emom ye ma ni nduro na ye ma ni nduro ye toto na no ni di nkomo na so say na adwem mu da ho na adwem mu da ho. This is what they said. Almost say after Apia took his medication, he had improved. He understood why they were charging him for allegedly say odi enkwala mieno ewu no. He understood. The eti omode ne fast process we mu. Now Richard etumi communicating. So mu say akwa na adwe mu da. Inti the magistrate our Kaneshi district court honomo eka say Richard ometumi edna kwa Accra High Court. No ma hye na sem di no ase. Inti it was on the 16th of August 2023 and Richard appear ye ewo Accra High Court ho. Now o appear wa Accra High Court honomo no. Attorney General office so etumi aye autopsy no ewie. Ama de say autopsy report no any bibia aye ready no metumi a start proceedings no. Into almost started proceedings no. Prosecution no afraid 7 witnesses, right? And Richard also afraid 2 witnesses. Richard afraid ne papa psychiatrist be obedi dance here. So no Richard no sebe na adwimu ensheda enka no. And a prosecution so afraid Louis Ajimai papa omo frɛ Steven Sapon papa omo frɛ mami bia oton ade ewo Richard ewiemu ho ene omo kaka we in papa 7 and a prosecution no efra omo and omo started trial no wo Accra High Court there's a judge etine dwem e ma che say jury no na 7-member jury just say omo te ho no mo mebetie enkura Richard ene adansefo ni na eba bebo no omo cross examine adansefo ni na wie no na there's a dance ni bi kra che say there are times cars akese eba Richard fie ho uhu de omba beye ahomache so no mo ba uhu de omba beye na omukọ uhu de omba beye na omukọ ijomu su se ebia na Richard no enyo no nko a na run this operation no ebia na Richard no supplier of enipa parts no enti no wo bi kra fridge mu a sebe saa da no Louis Ajimai area no na we twitwa Steven Sapon deda na nko de Louis Ajimai so eba be ka ho ntie bia nka saa da na nadwo no nke bia nka obeyi de wo freezer no mu no a supply na de wa stock Ebia Steven Sapon deɛ no na de Louis adwuma so aba be fresh meat for the fridge. It's a prosecution ma dance for in a dia dance. And a defense no so Emma Richard papa ebedi dance oh say ampa maybe Richard then adwuma ka no wo hwɛ se no eto da no mo ye no bia nu ha esisi so no mo say Oba Richard adwuma ka na nko ton sase Richard you ton sase odi nkofo ani mo to asase obi a na adwuma ka no obetumi aton asase. Psychiatrist so by no beka so ampa Richard miana mini condition ya na managing the kakra Richard no shut down so apa na adwuma shut down ye no mo say Richard so ton sase o ye businessman o saso ye sports journalist the nickname ye fireman Richard Mesa asema na wokan we hunya sase obi intestines pro entino e wo se wo kotu e form e de hye ho asema na wokan Richard adwemba mu na e ka no enti ande judge otena adwem no ka se masa obi aba bebo ne nku awie enti Richard e wo case so be answer enti judge no e direct ye say defense no enfa omo final written submissions embra on the 20th of February 2026. 20th of February no and a defense dey omo final submission no e ba ye a che say ba wie no a obia the final submissions to jury nanim wie no na akwa ye say defense no be say omo che say mamu de enko munya ya e ka jury no e return verdict ka jury no be return verdict based on Richard no the mental condition adansidie piemu our court ho because attorney general office no ekofa doctors bi no be hwa Richard adwimu no omo ka say omo Richard nduo na na Richard aba be stable omo so dance for me no omo de ba ye Richard papa na afa so no psychiatrist omo de kan ba ye no che say Richard na adwimu ka no enti no osre ne client Richard ne de say jury no return the verdict omo chow omofa verdict e be reflect Richard the mental state na owomu odidi sabone no enye ndey waye obulu kamai enye nde na prosecution si dey bi Richard no oto sase o sports journalist the oye bi a chese na adwimu da ho se no wedi ka candidate no e mo mu tie defense no se mo ka se Richard adwimu ka no jury no die omo adwi be sie bia no omo famra etere jury no tenase no e no mo di a unanimous verdict 7 jurors ni na and a unanimous verdict by Richard guilty of 2 counts of a woody. Inti the judge or tina dream eti enkroboni nyina no and or the judgment by Sir Richard appear I am running a chin wedi 28 years na afi obedi 33 years no yan fa ne nkotum life in prison. Inti Richard kwa oko prison on sign embabio nemom enipa mienu Louis Ajman ni Steven Sapon any nipa ba akona Samuel no nebusuafo kra to me identify so yo mebusuani anaso ye hwana so ye hwana no sai nipa miensen omuntu mi ma nkwa bio enti na victims de otum so papa mu nyaaya ena ka Ghana ha ye won mra bi se obi die wu aye ndi ne wu a nke bi aka sa mra na beboa because omo ade hye no omuntu mi ba na emum ombefa ne say justice has been served after 5 solid years. And I said nearly 5 solid years. Same way, a year. Into Richard appear. Jim Colambia Nunkwa, Eddie film sim. Na ye call ni de Mrs. Hunsa was so to try another extra enipa at the national fridge mono. And ne Nasem Nabi, I sentence to life imprisonment. Accra High Court. High Gossips 24. Magraheb.